Alright. Chris here, and I'm tickled green. I'm sorry, I'm going to start over. The camera's down there, so I try and work on it too. I got to try to remember to look at the camera, right? That's,
all the time?
well, not all the time, but it's more comfortable, people feel, if you're looking at the camera. I did it like this so I can read the screen and I feel like I'm looking at the camera more, but even this is too much, parallax error is.
Yeah.
The difference. Even if I read that, it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I still have to keep looking at the camera. When I get better, I can give up on the screen, but there's too much information to try and remember it all and just wax poetically.
Exactly.
I'm not like that. I'm not just an ad-libber like that. All right. Chris here, and I'm tickled green to be wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day this weekend and welcome you to the 17th episode of the Maritime Medical Marijuana Show. With me today is Steven Faryna, and he's from Mount Allison in New Brunswick, and he's going to talk to us about hempology and cannabis education from a student's perspective. This is Steven.
Hello, everybody.
For today's show, it's brought to you again by Karma Compassion Society. And at Karma Compassion, we believe people who have conditions that may be treated through the use of cannabis should be able to do so without fear of discrimination, persecution, or fear of arrest. They take care of patients from Ottawa to Halifax, and by take care of, I mean they help people grow, prepare, consume, and manage their medical marijuana. Before we begin, there's a couple of shout-outs I'd like to shout out about. First of all is MUM, Maritimers Unite for Medical Marijuana. Great organization. I recommend you go check them out, mum.ca, see if there's any way you can become involved and maybe pop by one of the meetings. madstories.ca is the site that David puts together. Very comprehensive site with calendars keeping you up to date about what the current events are and who's going to court and how to dose out your pills and your oil and all kinds of great useful information that he's put together for people so they can figure their way out through the whole medical marijuana thing. Besides that, there's also freemark.ca, again, always freemark. hempbeach.com, from whom I got one of the articles I'm going to talk about today, and we got to talk about today the Students for Sensible Drug Policy, the SSDP. So you've talked to your doctor and he's approved you for medical marijuana and now you're legal, but now what? You can't go talk to your doctor and because he doesn't know anything and it's not his fault and because he'll admit that they don't know anything, they don't taught about it in school and they don't want to know anything about it. That's why we're here. We're here to help you figure the whole thing out. Try and make you understand different ways to use it, different ways that different things that it can be helpful for, and just how to cope in the whole political and legal landscape that is the medical marijuana system. We're going to have a video testimonial that's been approved and sent in to us by LinZy Miggantz from, I believe she's in the States. I got Steven here for the interview and talk about a couple other events like the 420 rallies and stuff that are coming up. I know Steven tried to get down for one of our other meetings that we had recently when we were putting the signs together for the big protest. But the last meeting that we had last weekend, actually, the MUM meeting went off really well with the vaporizers and seeds on the 9th. And it was a great success. Lots of folks, loads of vaporizers to see and test and try and understand, and a lot of different seeds that I set up at different stages of growth so people could determine that you don't need water or you need different chemicals or you don't need dirt. You can do it in paper towel or in cotton. So
that's great. Just
a way to see that you can't really screw it up. Nature is almost unstoppable. And I hope that you guys will join us there next time. I'll keep you posted as to when that'll be, as the library is now busy until June or July sometime, so we're kind of screwed. Anybody that knows of a place where we can hold our MUM meetings, send me a message. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm open to all ideas. Well, here's the video from Lindsey. She posted it. She has Crohn's disease, and she's talking about her progress in treating her Crohn's with Shona Banda oil. Shona Banda is the author of Live Free or Die. It's a book where she talks about her treating her own Crohn's disease with this method of heat extraction. And what it is You think, you know the BC style vaporizers with the glass ball on the top?
Yeah.
She puts her pot in that. She plugs the hose on the end that you'd normally suck out of. And when it fills the bowl with the smoke, she just waits till the smoke goes away, and then she scrapes the glass off and puts it in capsules, and that's the medicine. She's taken that with the Rick Simpson oil, and between the two of them, I guess it's really helping her a lot. So in this video, she's a younger girl, and she wants to share with everybody how it's been helping her, and she's been using it for almost a year of consistency. And I asked her if she minded if I shared the video with my viewers, and she said go right ahead. She says, I've tried other oils but have had no success really until I started Shonda's method. Now I finally have found a quality source of Rick Simpson oil, and I've been taking that in conjunction with the SBO, and this is my magic combo I use to keep my Crohn's at a more tolerable state. So here's the video, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey everyone, peace, love, and light. LinZy Miggantz here. I just wanted to say hello and let you all know that I'm doing great. I've had some ups and downs, but I am on the up right now. I have been having one solid bowel movement a day, which is pretty big for me, as I've been used to really having only liquid stools for like the last 8 years. So having one solid bowel movement a day is nice. I am still having up to 8 to 10 bowel movements, but at least one of them is solid now. So that's an improvement. Number two, no pun intended, but actually, yeah, pun intended. Number two, I am actually able to eat a little more. Like before the cannabis oil, I was really not able to ever eat anything other than like completely, like strictly gluten, wheat, dairy, soy, yeast, and corn free. Is very adamant that I, be very strict with my eating. That right there was part of my esophagitis, which is when I feel like I have air or something trapped right here in my throat. It's constricting, like it's closing in on me. It's awful. Esophagitis sucks. The cannabis oil is helping that too, because I used to wake up and not really be able to breathe or like get air. I felt like there was air trapped in my sternum and in my throat, but it also felt like I couldn't get rid of, it's like I couldn't breathe, but I also couldn't get rid of the overabundance of air. And so the cannabis oil has helped that out a lot too. Like I don't wake up in as much of that pain. So that's also another improvement. It's like weird with the oil. I've noticed so many improvements on so many conditions that I didn't even realize were that bad until the cannabis oil improved them. Like for instance, I always thought I had really, really wonderful skin, but I mean the cannabis oil has improved it even more so, enough to where like literally I remember the first video I made, I talked about a wrinkle that the cannabis oil was actually getting rid of, and that was just, I was taking it orally. Since taking the oil and making it on my own since May 23rd or May 28th, 2012, through the vaporizer, the way Shauna Banda does, I've been able to really experiment, and I've been able to put it on my face topically, and it's actually helped it got rid of this one wrinkle on my forehead, like completely pretty much. I haven't tried to get rid of this mole on my cheek, but I might think about doing that, but it makes me unique, so I don't know. I probably won't try to get rid of that. But I put it on any pimples that I get. I put it on my eczema that I get on the sides of my face, and it really has helped it tremendously. So the cannabis oil is even helping me with, skin problems that I didn't even think were that bad. Let's see, what else? Oh, I never really had allergies that I knew of until I moved out here to Arizona. And so, like, I've been having a lot of sinus issues, and so does my boyfriend and my cat. So I actually have been putting cannabis oil up my nose. Like, I'll actually take one of my capsules that I make, and I will open it up, and I'll take that out, and I look kind of funny, but I'll put it on my finger, and then I'll just start, it looks like I'm picking my nose, but I'll put that up my nose, and it helps to open up my sinuses, like, immediately. That was a crappy snap. Immediately. It helps. It helps when I also rub it in on my tummy topically. The cannabis oil is just wonderful. I would never go back to a life without it. Like I said, I'm having at least one solid bowel movement a day out of my 8 to 10 bowel movements. I'm sleeping half an hour to an hour more each day. I'm actually sleeping more throughout the night as opposed to getting up 20 billion times throughout the night. And, well, I'm able to travel. I've been able to travel to Colorado and New Mexico and Pittsburgh and California, and be it that it's difficult and yes, we have to make a bunch of stops, I can actually travel. And I wasn't comfortable doing that before the oil. I wasn't comfortable taking the risk of needing to run to the bathroom and not being able to if we're on the road. And I never wanted to fly. I canceled a flight last March to Pittsburgh, my hometown, because I didn't want to risk having to go to the airport, be in security, get out of the line of security to go use the bathroom just to get back in line again, which is always a hassle. It's just, when you have chronic pain and you have to deal with bowel problems, you just kind of throw in the towel and you just don't bother doing much of anything, and you just stay home and you don't go out. And hence the reason why I'll be living here in Arizona. This will be 2 years, April 21st, and I have still yet to experience even a smidge of what goes on out here. I do a good bit, but not as much as people think. My stomach condition still limits me, but I manage. And my whole point is that the cannabis oil helps me manage my disease, and it's gotten me to be able to function again within my own life. I may not be able to get out to get a normal job ever again, but that's okay, because at least I don't have to spend every waking moment in the bathroom. And at least if I am having a lot of problems with going to the bathroom, at least I'm not in such an immense amount of pain that I want to kill myself. So, cannabis has also helped me with my depression and my suicidal tendencies. I used to cut, and I've tried to kill myself a number of times since I was 13 years old, and no pharmaceutical medication did anything for me except make these issues worse. Cannabis oil is the only thing that has literally lifted the clouds of depression from my life. I no longer want to kill myself, and when I feel like that, I no longer want to try to kill myself. So, cannabis oil has helped my Crohn's disease. It's helped me be able to eat foods I wouldn't normally be able to eat. Like, I could eat gluten here and there and not be doubled over in pain, which is something I wouldn't have been able to do a year ago. So it's helped me with food allergies. It helps me with sleeping. It helps me with my sinuses. God, the list is endless. My combating wrinkles. It helps me with pretty much anything you could think of. Pimples, topically for my stomach. I would never go back to a life without cannabis oil. And I am so thankful and so grateful to Shauna Banda for being my sister pretty much, and just taking me under her wing and helping me to realize that, we have the power in ourselves to make ourselves better. We don't have to rely on other people. We don't have to, we have the power in our own hands. We can make our own oil. We can make our own cure. People, if you don't know who Shauna Banda is, or Rick Simpson, or Cassie Hyde, or Michaela, you need to get out from underneath your shell and get out there and Google. Google Rick Simpson, Google Brave Michaela, Google Shauna Banda, Google Cassie Hyde. You Google Cheryl Schumann. You are missing out on a wealth of information that could help you and other people in your life that you love. So, don't race for the cure. Run from the cure. Google Phoenix Tears Oil and type in www.phoenixtears.ca. Learn the truth. Peace, guys.
What a good video.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, and thanks a lot for letting us air that. Thanks for sharing with everybody how the oil has helped you and the difference that it makes in your life. Well, now I got Steven here. Like I said, he's from Mount Allison, and he's going to talk about just cannabis and hempology as from a student's perspective, all the way over there on the other side of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Yeah. So welcome, Steve, and thanks for driving all the way down here to...
Thank you very much.
No, it's
It's
great.
my pleasure.
Well, no, I mean...
It's a wonderful drive.
Well, you posted a great topic, and when you said that you wanted to talk about just drug use in the schools and kids using different pharmaceuticals, when maybe cannabis would be a much safer alternative, just simply stating that, which is what really said, yeah, that's an awesome idea. So
Yeah.
I'm just really cranked that you came up with that and that we're able to do this. Like I said, it's I think it's an important topic. People have been getting high for a long time, one way or another. So.
Yeah, and lots of the times it's been hidden.
Exactly. I mean, I remember when they talked about the choking game is like it was a new thing. And I did it when I was a little kid. Some kids choked themselves till they passed out. It was something that we did. Feeling different. We were talking about it before the show started. Feeling different it goes back to being a little kid. It's got nothing to do with drugs. We just don't want to feel the same all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Humans are explorers.
Exactly.
Always looking for something new.
Exactly. So, like I was saying, you've been active in the medical marijuana community for quite some time, and as a student, you see your friends. You were saying that you see a lot of people on pills, but you don't see anybody with a medical marijuana license.
Yeah, yet to meet a
Yes.
fellow student with an actual license. I know lots of students that do use cannabis medically, but it's always illegal.
Now, you figure that that's kind of the situation. Maybe it depends on the condition, and maybe they don't look sick enough to like. Maybe, I don't know, if they're not coming across sick enough to their doctor that it's not an option, or their doctors just don't know about it, or
Yeah, I think it's fear. They would
understand.
not. It's not something they would bring up with their doctor.
Yeah,
out of
just-
fear of some maybe hidden or
Okay, yeah.
non-existent consequences.
Yeah, they're bringing it up. Yeah, I mean, you get that for a lot of people, even right up to seniors. You got a person that's been using the same doctor for 40 years. The last thing they want to do is say the word marijuana and get kicked to the curb, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I can absolutely understand that fear, but I mean, I don't think you get dumped right away. I mean, I think you get the same marijuana a couple of times without asking for it before you end up with a problem. I think it's important to at least tell your doctor. Your doctor needs to know that you use it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whether you're going for a license or not. Okay,
Exactly,
There's
yeah.
nothing. He's not going to call the cops on you. Okay, the worst he can do is go, look, I disagree. And like, what else is there that they can do at that point? Nothing. So I mean, I think for a lot of people, I think it might be an unfounded fear. I mean, really,
I agree. Yes.
It's senseless because it really stops you from so much other stuff just for such a senseless fear of like I said, not just students but seniors and I was talking to a guy recently. He's in the military. I mean, and
Yeah.
he was scared to death. He thought he was outed as far as his cannabis use, and he was really panicking. He really had a hard time lying to his superior just recently, because they came out and they asked him, and he had to say, no, I don't do it. He goes, it was a hard thing to just have to lie about it. I didn't want to have to lie. So
Exactly. My dad, I'm from Alberta. My dad works in the oil field, and they have mandatory drug testing. And he has MS. He's been using cannabis medically for the past 40, well, he's not that old, 30 years.
yeah.
And he's constantly had to hide it.
Now, as far as the drug testing goes, now I don't know if this how this works or what, but if you can get a prescription for the Nabalone or for the Sesame, do you not test positive as well? But then you've got but you're not testing positive then for pot. You'd be testing positive for something that you actually have a prescription for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if that would get people like your father through a problem like a blood test for marijuana. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're right. The license to have medical marijuana doesn't help him. But if he was proved that he
doesn't have a license.
no, but if he did, okay, that still wouldn't help him for what he's doing.
No. Yeah.
But if he was testing positive because it was something like, say, Nabalone or Sesame, that's not marijuana, would they still give him a hard time?
No.
So maybe
Definitely not,
that might
yeah.
be a solution for some people that are thinking about that kind of thing. Again, I'm not totally sure. If I'm wrong, somebody shoot me a message. I don't mind being told I'm wrong. I'd rather be told I'm wrong than spout a bunch of useless bullshit. So yeah, if that's the case, or somebody knows the answer to that, let us know. That's a good. I think that's a good point. But yeah, so you think fear is the biggest reason why people aren't gonna talk to the doctor about it, and like, what are your other options then?
As far as having medication.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the stuff that is approved by society, the pharmaceuticals.
The stuff that doesn't smell and it's easier to get. It's funny.
And your doctor will be happy to give to you.
Exactly. I mean, and it's funny because even if your doctor doesn't want to give it to you, I mean, you can just ask your friends.
Or go to your parents' medicine
Or go
cabinet.
to your parents' medicine cabinet. Yeah, I mean, my wife used to work at Converges. I mean, I know for a fact. Like, I mean, there used to be when that was in its heyday, there was 3,000 people there. You could sit there and go, my leg hurts, and 30 bottles of pills come at you from different directions, all from different cubicles. Try one of these. Only try a half of one of these. This one will fuck your rate up. And people, they don't care. They don't mind sharing. Okay, it's all against the law, though. If there was a cop there, he'd have to be going, "What the hell are you people doing?"
Mm-hmm.
But the attitude's just not there. It's like it's nothing. People don't even think they're breaking the law. If you call up a friend and go, man, like, my arm's sore, like, you got a couple of Percocet I can get from you? You broke the law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're just helping somebody out with something. I mean, you're not giving him a prescription. You're giving him a couple of pills to make it through so he doesn't have to go to Emerge first and spend 12 hours in the waiting room for no good reason. And again, that's the same reason people are going to use alcohol, though, too. It's just easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier than going to the doctor. You don't even have to get a prescription. You just walk into the store and just go get it. You're self-medicating.
Yeah. And tons of, like, at universities, Mount Allison, there's a lot of the student population that's 17 years old. And with things like alcohol, they have no problem getting their hands on it, and nobody thinks twice about it.
So where are we here then? I mean, like we're talking. We said that they're not talking to their doctor, so that's why they're going about marijuana, because they're scared they're going to get dumped. So they're going to go to other pills that the doctor's happy to prescribe, or some that they can just get for their friends. And like we were talking, I mean, you add alcohol to that, you throw in a couple of Red Bull and vodkas, a couple of 5-hour energy drinks. I mean, even back when I used to be a doorman, we used to take the ephedrine so we could stay up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning without, and still be alert. I mean, it's not about being stronger or
Healthier.
It was just being so you could be awake till the end of your shift. But I mean, and then people used it for working out too. I mean, people are always using things to either performance enhance or
For some
environmentally enhance.
reason. Yeah.
Spatially enhance. You know, whatever they want, whatever you want to psychologically enhance your environment. Now, I know that when Mom used to hold our meetings, we used to hold them for quite a while at the Dalhousie Student Union building because we had an in with the Students of Sensible Drug Policy there. And now I know that we no longer hold our meetings there, and I don't think there is any longer a Students of Sensible Drug Policy in Nova Scotia even.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
I don't-
not that you're
there's
aware of
some-
in New Brunswick?
I'm not aware of any, no.
I mean, I know. I looked it up on the
BC.
Wikipedia there, and as of December 2010, there are more than 150 chapters of the Students for Sensible Drug Policy in the United States, Colombia, Poland, Mexico, Australia, Nigeria, Ireland, and Canada, and the UK. The SSDP, or the Students of Sensible Drug Policy, they've got a mission statement which says that it's an international grassroots network of students who are concerned about the impact drug abuse has on our communities, but who also know that the war on drugs is failing our generation, excuse me, and our society. Students of Sensible Drug Policy mobilizes and empowers young people to participate in the political process, pushing for sensible policies to achieve a safer and more just future, while fighting back against counterproductive drug war policies, particularly those that directly harm students and youth. Anyway, I mean, it's something that I think that is definitely needed. And I mean, there's 150 running around globally, different chapters of it. It can't be that small. I'm sure that they must have. And they had it here, so maybe they can get something going again. I don't know. What are you thinking about that? I mean, you've been part of the community for a long time. I mean, what got you going into the whole thing? What inspired you to become more vocal and active?
Well, definitely the cannabis inspired me. I think it's ridiculous, from food, medicine, shelter. It covers
Clothing,
everything. And
yeah, everything, yeah.
there's so many problems that we're facing in the world, and cannabis is something that can directly attack so many of those problems. Just makes sense. And then you look around, and so many people are so misinformed, and it's just abusive, I think, the knowledge around cannabis right now.
These days, ignorance, okay, is a choice. Okay, if you don't know the truth about cannabis these days, it's because you don't want to know, or you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's all out there. The proof is out there. We all know that nobody's ever died from it. So the fact that it's illegal, I mean, and I've had this conversation with people before. It's only legal because we choose to make it illegal.
Yeah.
This is words. We just got to change our minds. Okay, there's nothing's chiseled in stone. It's a decision that we have to go, okay, wait, this is stupid.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
a decision that can be reversed at any time.
Poof, gone. Hey, it doesn't have to be this big deal. Hey, it's the people that are fighting it are what are making the problem, and they're fighting a losing battle. I mean, the drug war has been being lost since it started. You can't stop it. They gave up on it with prohibition of booze.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just a matter of time before it happens with drugs too. I mean, and you know, really all drugs. I mean, we're adults.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your choice. Okay, if I want to put thumbtacks into my body, okay, because I think it's a good idea, then as long as I'm a grown man and can think for myself, that's my choice. I don't understand how anybody else has a right over that. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. And
It's a lack of respect. They're telling you that you're not able to take care of yourself.
exactly.
You're
Well, if
not
that's the
able
case,
to be
then
responsible
they can
for
pay.
yourself.
They can do everything. They can pay my bills. They can. They
Exactly.
can do everything for me. If I don't have to worry about anything,
Wipe your ass.
exactly. Handle it. Handle it. Somebody like this? Thanks for nothing. See, you can't count on a little Stevie Harper for anything. So, and how long you been fighting the fight now out there in Old Bronx weed.
Officially a year and a half.
Right
a year
on.
and a half, I founded a club called the High Society.
Okay.
Seemed like a good name at the time.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
And what are you guys doing up there in the high society?
We were basically showing weekly movies. We showed Run from the Cure, aka Tommy Chong, The Union, How the Weed Won the West, all sorts of movies.
So, like you're saying, I mean, you've been doing a year and a half. You said you've been running it. Or?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was as High Society last year.
Yeah.
And then I got in touch with Ted Smith from Hempology 101.
Yes.
I was just browsing cannabis websites and stuff, and I came upon Hempology. I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Thought it directly applied to students, and he had lectures already posted up on his website and everything.
And again, for anybody that's not aware, that's the non-credit course that Ted Smith offers at UVic, and I think that's going on probably 8 years. He's been offering that course now, and Ted Smith, of course, was here before, and I screwed that interview up completely. Hopefully, this one's actually recording. Tap 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 tap. But yeah, no, I mean Ted Smith is really he's influenced me quite a lot. I've got his book right here. Actually, it's upstairs. That's a great book. It's I recommend anybody pick it up. In his newspaper too, the Cannabis Digest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you get that yourself.
I do, yep.
Yes, awesome
Cannabis
little paper. Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
articles too.
Oh yeah, and he's been really pushing. I mean, with the protests that he organized there on the 21st, and he's really influencing the kids. I mean, but he's out west. I mean, it's easy to influence, people out west. I mean, because people are a little more open about it. Like again, down here we're a bunch of chicken shits. It seems. I mean, we're getting a little more vocal, but it's awfully slow.
Did you hear that the International Hempology Society is getting a bus?
Bus? No, I didn't know that.
Somebody donated a bus to the Sensible BC campaign,
Okay.
and once that is over, they're gonna donate it to the International Hempology Society.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So that'll make Ted's yearly convention tour a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe they'll lend it to Neil Magnuson if he does his Freedom Tour, and he won't be in a broken down van this time.
Exactly.
Stuck in Thunder Bay. Nobody wants that. So I guess you're the end of next month, though. You'll be taking off there back out west for a couple of months. You coming back again? Or are you going for good? Or
No, yeah, I'm graduating this year.
Okay, congratulations. You graduating with a
Philosophy degree.
right on. Cool. And then you're moving back out west.
Yeah, and I'm actually hoping to go to Lethbridge University next year, where if I get into the school, I'll definitely found a new hempology there.
That'd be fantastic. Now Lethbridge, I mean, like, I don't know do you know what the scene is like out in Alberta as far as the medical marijuana community? Or
I know Calgary has a pretty strong community.
Edmonton's got the Macro Club. I know that one
Mhm.
for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
always a good one. If you're out west and you're looking for meds, Macro is the way to go. MACROS. I don't know what it stands for off the top of my head.
No.
It's too many letters. I don't know. But yeah, in Lethbridge and
Tell you the truth, I've never been to Lethbridge. I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
It's a population of 100,000. There's
Okay.
got to be a lot of medical cannabis users there.
Yeah, cool. So maybe see what's going on.
Start something up.
For some reason, I can almost see Lethbridge on my Facebook page. For some reason, I don't know if there's something there or not. Be worthwhile looking at.
Yeah, there used to be a compassion club there, I believe. No, nobody take this as
Oh, he's saying it. We write it down.
Tamara Poultis.
Cartwright, yeah. Cartwright Poultis, yeah.
I believe she had something going in Lethbridge years ago, but at the moment there's nothing going on there.
Okay. Cool. I know that somebody was organizing meetings in Calgary on a regular basis. I thought it was Tamara as well. I know she's doing a lot out there anyway.
Yeah.
But thank you, Tamara, for everything that you're doing out there. Thank you.
I'll be there to support you soon.
There you go. Rallying the troops for you. What else? So as far as the high society goes, and you're watching the shows, how's membership going? Is could always be better. I mean, I know our membership is, it kind of goes up and comes down. It waxes and wanes. Right now we're at a bit of a lull, but I think we're starting to get a little more active with all the things that have been going on in the news. We're get a few more people going. You feeling the same kind of thing, or?
Well, last year when we were the high society, we were only hosting the movies, and we would do an occasional potluck, which potlucks always have great attendance. They're phenomenal events, but
Always getting people in with food.
yeah.
Bribery works.
But since we've been the Hempology, we've also been offering our own bi-monthly lectures. And attendance has been poor.
It's hard to get people out their ass, isn't it?
Students, I guess, have a lot of things going on. There's always a lot of events that people can be attending.
It would be nice to see the students get a little more involved, just in general, because like I was saying, you guys are healthier. Okay, us sick people out there standing out there in the cold holding the signs is getting a little tired. See, but nobody wants to see you guys out there holding signs for marijuana because you're healthy, and then it's just for recreation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But how about the school of thought that all use is recreational? Right? Just the fact that if you go home at the end of the day from school or work or
Medicinal.
or whatever, yeah, you smoke a joint to relax. How is that not medicinal? If you were to take a drink or pop a Xanax or a Valium, what's the difference? And that's what people need to get their head around. Just because you smoke marijuana doesn't mean you get whacked out of your gourd all the time.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean you're going to get high and drive, people. Not everybody that smokes weed gets high and drives. I don't know if it's the same percentage of people that drink and drive. Okay, but because people are allowed to drink, they don't outlaw cars. Okay, it's not the biggest point is about drinking and driving, but they make it a big point about smoking and driving. How will we tell? Just anytime I've pulled over, they always wonder why my car smells like weed.
Yeah.
Whether I've been smoking or not. It smells like weed in here. Yes, officer, it does. All the time. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to get pulled over. If you can't pass a sobriety test, then you shouldn't be behind the wheel anyway.
Exactly.
And we all know that.
If you're on the road, you shouldn't be on the road.
You get a bottle of Percocet from your doctor, and it says, with a little sticker, okay, maybe do not operate heavy machinery, may cause drowsiness. That's our only warning, is that little fucking sticker. Okay? That's all that saves us from killing people because of narcotics, is that little sticker on the bottle. Why is common sense with your marijuana not good enough? Okay? You need more than that for pot? Like, it doesn't make sense. It either, you know when you get behind the wheel if you should be driving or not. It's not a drug thing, it's a common sense thing. But, you know, until they start regulating common sense.
Have to blow into your common sense machine when you get into the car.
Boy, nobody be on the fucking roads then. Give him a bicycle. Knee pads, elbow pads, helmet. Wrap him in bubble wrap.
Yep.
He's a danger to society.
I think there's a major issue with people hiding the fact that they do smoke weed, that they use cannabis. I think a large percentage of the campus population does use cannabis,
Yeah.
but they refuse to talk about it. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles that cannabis in any light will have to come over, is people's fear. As far as students are concerned, there's no cannabis community. It's hubs of a couple friends smoking, and then it's like a contained, kind of.
Well, because because
Don't
there's
really
safety
discuss
there.
it with people outside the group often, or
That's
ever.
how you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stay with the people that you know, and everybody stays in a tight little group. I mean, and it's a shame. I mean, cannabis, where it's such a social drug in the first place, it's a shame that it winds up being something that gets stuck into the closet. People have to do in hiding and try and not be open. I mean, just the act of sharing a joint. I mean, what else do we do like that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't share a beer. I don't share a hamburger.
Yeah.
I don't share anything with anybody. Would you like a drink of my pop? No, I pour you a pop. Okay, joint is the only thing that we sit here and pass around, like the natives, like in a big smoke circle in a hut. I mean, sharing. It's a community thing. It's the TV goes off, people talk. I mean, it's more open. It's more natural. I mean, without it, I mean, like I said, you throw the TV on, somebody's lost in a video game, somebody's lost on their computer or Facebook, and
It's true. I've had the privilege of sharing a joint with my father, my mother, and my sister at the same time. It's just the most beautiful bonding experience
it slows
that
you down for a minute.
a person could experience, I think.
I agree. I think it takes your life that is already moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You talk about movies. You must have watched The Botany of Desire. That's the one that National Geographic put out. David Suzuki narrated, and he said, "I mean, you need to forget. You can't remember all the shit that you see all day long, all those faces, all the useless information, the price of the bread, the price of the milk, how much it was, how long you were at the lights for, how many sets of lights, what street name, none of it's not needed. Okay, you don't need to remember that stuff. So to be able to just sit down and forget about it for a while and unwind is part of what makes cannabis as popular as it is and as useful as it is.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you cope with everything else that you've been doing all day. I mean,
It's something that's been used for so long, has such an extensive history of human use.
it's been used so much longer than it actually being used. I mean, it's in mother's breast milk.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so even before anybody's ever smoked it, there's cannabinoids in breast milk. So, I mean, you're supposed to have it. It's just there. It's part of our life cycle. It's just part of our life processes. It affects every aspect of our lives, and in a world, like I said, that's kind of spinning out of control, and everything else that what are kids taking? Like we were just talking about kids taking drugs. It's Ritalin, it's ephedrine, it's energy drinks, it's extra wake-up pills. Adderall, okay? They're all jazzing you right up. They're all to get you going, okay? Pot's the one thing to try and level all that other crap out, okay? I mean, and I talk to kids in school, everybody's got a psychological problem.
Mm-hmm.
You watch all the TVs, all the ads on TV, okay? Are you depressed? Everybody's depressed. And everybody in school, I know, is on anything that ends in a PAM. Lorazepam, clomazepam, diazepam, because apparently we're all crazy. We all need Pam.
Mm-hmm.
She must be something else. I'd rather have Mary. Okay, Pam can go fuck herself. Give me Mary, okay? Because she'll bring you back down to earth, okay? I don't know. I don't sound all preachy and crap right now, but it's the one thing that's down. Everything else is up. I mean, I don't even. Are people still doing Valium and stuff? We were talking about people taking the puffers a bunch of times extra.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it make you all jittery. I mean, I've done it. I've never tried nutmeg, but apparently you take about 30 or 40 grams of nutmeg. I mean, you can hallucinate. So,
I heard you hallucinate for days.
yeah, crazy. The only thing that used to last for days was stuff like peyote. You can't even get stuff like that. So, I mean, but I mean, I think that's why something like the Students for Sensible Drug Policy really need to kind of, they say, mobilize, and I think it's time for them to mobilize here in Eastern Canada and maybe take an interest in kind of what's going on, because
It's, mobilizing and empowering young people
I mean,
can be
the young people around the Maritimes feel pretty empowered. They're pretty confident people. I mean, if they were given a little bit of direction, I think that they'd take that and go with it. I mean, if they're sackful people, they get all kinds of attitude anyway. So I don't know what the Halifax. I think these days, I mean, a lot of people are feeling more entitled anyway. And people basically have a bigger mouth and a more entitled attitude. They just feel like they're owed stuff.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I don't understand why nobody, again, doesn't just kind of go with that same attitude in this when it comes to drugs and cannabis, just in general. Do something against it. Fight for the right. I mean, it's halfway there. You know, all we need is... Neil Magnuson said it best. He goes, it's like a great big tree, okay, that you're trying to push over, okay? Just because you start moving, those roots, they spread far and wide, right? But once it starts to go, if you got to keep pushing, but it'll go. Once it gets to go, its own weight will start to take it. Mm-hmm. But the whole time its weight's taken, you still have to keep pushing. Because the second you stop, she'll rock right back.
And the roots will get strong again.
Exactly. Anybody that grows marijuana knows. I mean, they root good. It's like a tomato plant. You stand next to it long enough, it'll attach right to your leg. But as far as that goes, anything else you want to mention as far as the universities and hempology and drug issues that you can think of?
This is going out on Sunday. We have a lecture on Monday about the hemp as a food source.
Perfect. And that's where?
That's in Sackville, New Brunswick, in the Library Theater, 7 p.m.
Okay, and that's tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Library Theater. Cool.
Don't know if anybody watching this will be able to make that, but
that's where it'll be. And you're talking about hemp for food, you said, or clothing?
Yeah, food.
Okay,
nutritional
awesome.
value of hemp, different uses as food source.
Right on. Well, I was making capsules myself for my Crohn's, and I've been mixing the hemp oil, the weed oil with coconut oil. And I've been finding that the coconut oil for my Crohn's has actually been causing a problem. So I just switched to the hemp seed oil. And I noticed when Marcel was talking, like I said, the first time that he had done it, he had gone from coconut oil to hemp seed oil. He goes, I was high for 3 days, he said. He goes, it was unbelievable. Because they regulate the THC that's in hemp seed oil, and they watch it like near beer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't figure that they check the cannabinoids, the CBN, the CBD, the terpenes. Because I've heard something as basic as there's terpenes in a mango. Mm-hmm. And if you eat a mango while you smoke a joint or before you smoke a joint, you're supposed to take... that joint's supposed to be that much better because you've already buffered some of the terpenes already in your system that are going to match up with the ones from the cannabis. So it's like giving yourself a little boost ahead of time. So I don't know if that kind of works the same way with the hemp seed oil. I know that the hemp seed oil doesn't taste as nice
as the coconut the nutty oil. Flavor?
The nutty, it tastes green. It tastes like it looks, and it tastes like you just took a mouth, even in a capsule. It still tastes like you get a mouthful of oil. Do you know what I mean? It's got the aftertaste. Yeah. The coconut oil doesn't do that. It's nothing.
I take a squirt in the morning, but I always chase it with something else so I can get it down.
Squirt? I couldn't get it down like that. Oh, no. Thank God mine's in a capsule. You know, they make veg capsules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just so you know. If it's a vegan thing, you can eat the veg capsules. They're gross. What else is there? So yeah, no, I think, and if you get a chance, you guys should pop by and check out the talk that they're going to have. It'll probably be a worthwhile thing. You expect to have a few people, do you, or?
Yeah, we're hoping for...
Perfect. Some regulars? Right on.
Yeah,
all right.
Probably 15 people will show up or something.
Nice. That being the case, going to switch on over to current events now. Locally, now, there's nothing in the news. You Google News it. You can't find it anywhere. I haven't heard anything. But apparently, the Halifax Compassion Club was raided on... I write this, I say yesterday. It would have been day before yesterday. would have been day before yesterday. So today's Saturday, would have been Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Thursday they were raided. Wow, this sorry that this is so jagged. The Hellfest Compassion Club was raided on, I believe, Thursday, and promised to appear notices given to the staff and myself. By myself, he means Chris Ends, because this is what Chris posted to Facebook. And he said, promised to appear notices given to the staff and myself. They took a lot of product cash and destroyed membership records related to the informant, who was also the lead detective in the case. Don't know how they can get away with doing something like that. Well, it's a little sketchy. The warrant was for me specifically, but they turned the place upside down and did the same to my house. Any help or advice moving forward is appreciated. Sincerely, Chris. The Halifax Compassion Club. Chris, we feel terrible that this happened to you. And anything that we could possibly do to help you out, just let us know. I mean, you know where we are. We know where we all are. Corey on Facebook said, and I couldn't have said it better myself, so I won't. He said, hi everyone, please show support for my friend Chris, and let's put all of our knowledge together and be supportive. Chris has devoted his life to cannabis research and treating patients. For the great work they both do for the cancer clinic, the store, etc., they both have given their personal time every day to help patients, and no need for anyone to knock them down at all, especially when Jess is out of time for her funeral and can't even get to a computer. I hope everyone is safe and with access to meds and not stressing too bad, and I hope that everybody is now together and they can find safe access to everything that they need. And if, like I said, if they need anything, realize that we're here for them, and anything that we can do to support them, we absolutely will, regardless of how anybody feels about anybody. Okay, so that being said, also John Turmel posted that the Crown offered Michael McDonald of Nova Scotia here a deal, and Michael says, praise be to God, court went good today. One more for the good guys. The judge accepted my request to challenge the search warrants, which will take place next week. I met with my Crown prior to the hearing, and they said that they'd take a counteroffer from me after I rejected the idea of house arrest and probation they put forth. I then reminded them of my HITSIG 170 status, the fact that I have my production license, and the fact that I haven't even so much as had a traffic ticket in 20 years. The shoe is on the other foot, and the ball is in my court now. Lots of paperwork ahead for this weekend now. They also tried to persuade me to change to judge only, as I am self-representing, and a jury trial is complex, the judge stated. Seems as though the bullies have totally changed their attitude now. The Crown even made small talk with me about the weather and how nice it was to see spring arriving. Before that, they wouldn't even talk to me or return my calls, etc. I was a second-class citizen in their almighty lawyer powers. Not anymore. I'm sitting up front with them now. I can carry a briefcase and look smart. Such a lovely day in the Supreme Court, LOL. Well, good luck, Michael. We're here for you, and you're in our thoughts and our prayers. And we hope you kick ass. If there's anything I can do, I don't care if it's an affidavit, show up, when's the next court date, let us know. I'll announce it, and I'd be more than happy to go out there and show some support. Be nice to see somebody go all the way with this and be able to win. On top of that, the next thing coming up around the corner is, of course, 420. 420. We all know April 20th is around the corner, and what is 420? The origins of the term 420, as far as I can find online, is a secret code for cannabis and or cannabis smoking. It dates back to the early 70s, like 1971, when a group of San Rafael High School students, known as the Waldos, used to wait until 4:20 p.m. to smoke up after school next to the statue of Louis Pasteur. Well, regardless, since then, activists Mark Emery, Dana Larson, and Cindy Lassalle organized one of the first Canadian 420 rallies in Vancouver in 1995 on, of course, April 20th. And that being the case, I'm including with this in this video posted by Digital Monk Blog and published on April 20th, 2012. It's last year's rally, and they're the highlights from the 420 rally at the Art Gallery in Vancouver. It ran from 12 to 5 p.m. I'll supply the link here.
Have a great 420, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Much love to you all.
And in those early days, we did not expect that one day we would have 15 to 20,000 people gathered here in peace and solidarity.
All of us have jobs to do, and we can understand that. Our job as people, as citizens, as Dana was saying, is to change the law.
I'll tell you about my brother Mark. He and I sold seeds to the world and mailed them to every country, every town, every city in the world. We did that because Mark said, let's overgrow the government. But I gotta tell you folks that this would not be happening today if it was not for that man.
We're here today experiencing a beautiful, beautiful day of freedom and light. The sun is shining because we are on the side of truth and justice and peace. The government would do us harm when we are harming no one. This event began here in Vancouver in the 90s and now it goes all over the world.
It's really hard to give away pot in a crowd this size without a stampede, so we've developed a system. Down there, there should be an easy path for our joint hander-outers to walk. So if you want marijuana to be thrown at you, you gotta, one, create a path. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get that one in. Right on. All right. Now everybody, you know the words, okay? The first word is legalize it, yeah. Don't criticize it, yeah. Come on, Vancouver. Legalize it, yeah. Yeah. And I will advertise it. You know, we have this vibration that we're creating here today on a vibrational level. And you see that vibrational level somehow can tune a city because a crowd this big, with a vibration this big, has no other choice but to have influence on all the rest of the stuff going on. And if you can tune a city, ladies and gentlemen, then you can tune a country.
The glowing joint, we make the point that the true north should be free. Call cannabis the sacred plant of peace. Thank you, Vancouver, very much.
This is a major victory, ladies and gentlemen. It's 420 because of you guys. Keep doing it. Keep the faith.
I'm a simple man that sees what's up for the people.
Okay, there's the video. That's a lot of people, a lot of smoke. Looked like a pretty good time. Wish I could have been there. Be nice to see people doing stuff like that here. Because I'm telling you right now, it was amazing. To find out what's going on locally, do you know if there's anything going on with you guys locally?
For 420?
Yeah, New Brunswick?
I don't know of anything in New Brunswick. I was
No?
planning on going to Nova Scotia.
Exactly. Okay, so if it's Nova Scotia you're going, or you don't know where you're going to go, there's a link here. Christopher Goodwin. He's organized an event on Facebook. You can find it. It's 420-4-20 spelled out -2013, and it's the event, and he's got all the events for Canada listed and where they're going to be. Mum's event is the Maritime 420 Fest and Rally in Aylesford, Nova Scotia. This year it's going to be, it's going to be the first year. Thanks a lot, guys, by the way. I always have my own 420 party, and they screwed me. 420, we didn't do anything. Nobody in Nova Scotia did anything, so I was having my own party. It was great. Now you pick Saturday. 420 is a Saturday, and they took it from me. Okay, but it's for a good cause. Valley Hydroponics, like I said, and Robert Erb. That's the guy that won the lottery.
Yeah.
$28 million. Last name Erb. He says he's going to. Those two, are going to sponsor the event. I know that Robert's supposed to be sending down a bunch of things for us to either give away or win away as prizes, or I don't know if he's sponsoring it financially or not. But we look forward to what's coming down the line soon from Valley Hydroponics and Robert Erb. Ours is going to be out there, and we start at noon, running probably to about 10 o'clock or midnight. I think that probably a few people might put out tents, but I know it might be a little cold to be staying out on April 20th in Nova Scotia. But there's going to be music, speakers, a canteen, vendors. The same with that's all going to be outside. We're going to have the same stuff indoors with contests and activities, plus a supper that's going to be indoor. There's $10 for the advance tickets, or $15 at the door. Treating Yourself magazine, Glass Culture, Skunk, and Cannabis Digest, all donated magazines to be given away for people that are going to be there. There's going to be vendor tables and events for people to be able to use for selling their own merchandise. And if you're interested, you can contact Mum at chair@mum.ca to volunteer, vend, or arrange for tickets. You can also just get a hold of me here, and I can send the message to chair@mum.ca myself for you. So either way. You can also check out madstories.ca. That's David Shea's site. And on there, he's got a lot of the different events also listed on his calendar as to find out what's going to be happening close to you on that day. So if you get a chance, I hope that you're going to make it down to Aylesford. Like I said, I'm going to have to hold my 420 party on Sunday now, and I'll be filming, I guess, hopefully, if I can get everything set up. I'll be filming part of our 420 party at Aylesford, and I'll just add it to the next show that I do. You got to try and tie it in there somehow, right? And then from hempbeach.com. Hemp Beach is another podcast show, kind of like I do, some younger guys from California. And they posted online that NORML, of course, they're miffed for good reason, apparently, that they are denied permission to enter a float in the St. Patrick's Day parade. In an ironic statement, a former police car now promotes marijuana reform, and its owners hope to drive it in the 34th annual Greenville Avenue St. Patrick's Day Parade Saturday. The vehicle belongs to a chapter of NORML, the National Organization of Reform for Marijuana Laws, and they said that it was ethically inappropriate to be involved in the parade, explained Pete Marrero from NORML. NORML said they were still coming out and bringing the car that they've nicknamed the Truth Enforcement, but we'll have to sit parked along the parade route rather than in the parade. But, you know, I'm glad that they're still going. They didn't let the man kick them out of it altogether. They can't be public place. They can't be stopped for being there. And I hope that they don't get hassled too much. And it's unfortunate that they were discriminated against over something as silly as a St. Patrick's Day parade. We're all being green here, people. And still, with the Health Canada forms, if anybody knows the answer to the question of the E2 form, please let me know. There seems to be much confusion as to whether or not you need to buy seeds from Health Canada or not. Please send me what you know about this. I've got a few people asking about it, and I don't have any definitive answers. Do you know?
I do not.
Okay. Had to ask. Mum calendars are always are still available. We're talking about lowering the price because we're into March now, right? So we have to lower the price on the calendars. Right now they're $10. Make me a deal. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to lower the price. There you go. Look, there we go. Nice. There we go. I'll lower the price. You can take 2 for $10. That's how that's going to work for you. So you get one to give away when you get up there.
Nice.
For tomorrow. Also, Mum has copies of Ted Smith's Hempology 101 book for sale. They're $25. And Mommy's Funny Medicine. Those can always be picked up at any of our Mum meetings. And they're $10. And they'll be available at the next meeting. Again, I'll have to let you guys know when that's going to be, where the library got just denied to us. Really shooting for the Legion in Bedford, trying to beat them down on some prices, but they're 2 to 3 times more expensive than doing it at the library. So they said that they're going to see if they can give me a deal. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Next show, I've got another interview. I'd like to probably get into the Shonda Banda one, talk about her oil extraction method. It's another Crohn's one. Unless somebody wants to send me a video of testimonial of cannabis and how it's changed their life and what they've done with it, I'll do that instead. But otherwise, I think we'll be talking to Shonda, another Crohn's patient, see what she has to say about how the Rick Simpson oil and the Shonda Banda oil have helped her. If you've got a testimonial, send it in. And again, I'd like to thank the computer tuner for providing the equipment that I use to make the show possible. And I also want to mention freemark.ca, of course. The Free Mark campaign wants the Canadian government to repatriate Mark Emery from the U.S. federal prison system so he can serve his sentence in his home country of Canada. Mark Emery is a political prisoner imprisoned for activism and funding the marijuana movement through marijuana seed sales. I'm hoping, and this is Mark speaking here, I'm hoping that if my transfer application is accepted, say by June 10th in Washington or July 20th in Ottawa, I'll be back in the Canadian prison system in September and free at home by next January. Otherwise, I'm in the U.S. prison system until July of next year. Mark is at YAZOO City Correctional Institution in Mississippi. You can send him his letters or news updates and photos. He needs our support to get through the next few years. Please send them through and I'll post his address, like I said, to YAZOO City in YAZOO City, Mississippi. Thanks for watching. Be nice to each other. Peace, love, and hippie shit. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you coming down and doing the show with me. It's really nice having somebody sit next to me when I do this.